All right, let's talk about frugal living in 2026. I know what you're thinking. Frugal means cutting back, right? But here's the thing. Frugal living in 2026 isn't about living like a broke college student. It's about making smart, intentional choices that let you save money without sacrificing your lifestyle or style. Think of it like upgrading your money management skills. You can still wear that designer jacket you love, eat out at your favorite spots, and even afford that new gadget you've been eyeing without breaking the bank. The key is knowing where to spend and where to save. And honestly, it's easier than you think. Let's break it down. First, let's talk about budgeting. In 2026, the average American spends over $3,000 a month on groceries, dining out, and entertainment. That's a lot of money. But here's the good news. You don't need to be a financial guru to manage it. Tools like Inab, You Need a Budget, or Mint have made it so simple to track your spending and allocate funds. For example, a case study from 2025 showed a single mom in Austin, Texas, who used Inab to cut her monthly expenses by $600. How? She started tracking every dollar, from her coffee habit to her subscription fees. She realized she was spending $200 a month on streaming services and cut it down to $50 by switching to a cheaper plan. That's just one example, but it shows that small changes add up. Now, let's talk about smart shopping. In 2026, the fashion world is all about sustainability, but that doesn't mean you have to buy secondhand. Instead, think of it as a lifestyle choice. For instance, brands like Everlane and Reformation have made sustainable fashion affordable and stylish. But here's the trick. You don't need to buy everything new. A great way to save is to look for sales or discounts. In 2026, online retailers like Amazon and Zara offer 50% off during their seasonal sales, which can be a lifesaver. Let's take a real example. Sarah, a 28-year-old graphic designer in New York, saved $1,200 last year by using coupons and waiting for sales. She bought her favorite jeans on sale for $70 instead of $140, and she even found a designer handbag for half price. The key? Patience and research. Next up, DIY trends. In 2026, DIY isn't just a hobby, it's a money-saving strategy. For example, a lot of people are turning to home decor DIY projects to avoid buying expensive furniture. A study from 2025 found that 70% of millennials in the US spent less than $50 on DIY projects, saving thousands in the long run. Take painting your own walls, for instance. A can of paint costs around $20, but a professional painter charges $500 for the same job. That's a $480 saving. And let's not forget about homemade skincare products. A simple face mask made with honey and yogurt costs about $5, while a store-bought version can run up to $30. It's not just about saving money. It's about taking control of your lifestyle. Now, let's talk about subscriptions. In 2026, people are paying way more for streaming services, gym memberships, and even meal delivery apps. The average person has 12 subscriptions, and that's a lot of money. For example, a 2025 study found that the average person spends over $500 a year on subscriptions they don't even use. The solution? Audit your subscriptions every quarter. Use a tool like Subscribed or a spreadsheet to track which ones you're using. Let's take a real case. Mark, a 35-year-old teacher in Chicago, canceled 3 subscriptions he didn't use: Netflix, a yoga app, and a meal delivery service. That saved him $450 a year. And guess what? He still enjoys his favorite shows and workouts by using free apps like YouTube and free gym days. Thrift stores are another great way to save money without sacrificing style. In 2026, thrift stores are more popular than ever, thanks to the rise of sustainable fashion. For example, in 2025, the average person spent $1,200 on thrifted items, compared to $3,000 on new clothing. A real-life example. Emma, a 22-year-old student in Seattle, bought a vintage dress for $30 instead of paying $150 for a new one. She also found a designer handbag for $20, which she wore to a party and got compliments. The key is to know where to look. Stores like Goodwill, Salvation Army, and even local thrift shops often have amazing finds. Plus, you can even find unique items that aren't available in mainstream stores. Meal planning is another money-saving strategy that's been proven to work. In 2026, the average person spends over $400 a month on groceries, but with a little planning, you can cut that down. For example, a 2025 study found that people who meal plan save an average of $300 a month. The trick is to plan your meals for the week and buy only what you need. Let's take a real example. David, a 30-year-old developer in San Francisco, started meal prepping and saved $200 a month. He bought ingredients in bulk, used seasonal produce, and even cooked meals for his roommates. That's a win-win, saving money and eating better. Energy efficiency is another area where you can save money without sacrificing comfort. In 2026, the average household spends over $1,500 a year on utilities, but with a few upgrades, you can cut that down. For example, switching to LED bulbs can save up to $200 a year. A study from 2025 showed that households that upgraded to smart thermostats saved an average of $150 a year. Let's take a real example. Lisa, a 40-year-old nurse in Atlanta, installed solar panels and now pays only $50 a month for electricity. That's a $1,200 saving annually. Plus, she's reducing her carbon footprint. It's a win-win. Finally, investing in quality over quantity is a smart way to save money in the long run. In 2026, the trend is moving away from fast fashion and toward buying fewer, higher quality items. For example, a $100 jacket that lasts 5 years is better than buying 5 $20 jackets that wear out after a few months. A real-life example, Jordan, a 25-year-old marketing manager in Denver, bought a high-quality leather wallet for $150 instead of buying cheaper ones that lasted only a year. He saved money in the long run and also felt more confident in his style. The key is to prioritize items that last and add value to your life. So, to recap, budgeting tools, smart shopping, DIY trends, subscription management, thrift stores, meal planning, energy efficiency, and investing in quality. All of these strategies can help you save money without sacrificing your lifestyle or style. The key is to be intentional with your spending and focus on what truly matters. And remember, frugal living in 2026 isn't about deprivation. It's about making choices that align with your goals and values. If you're ready to take control of your finances and live a more mindful, stylish life, I encourage you to try one of these strategies this week. Share your tips in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more tips on how to maximize your money without sacrificing your style. Thanks for watching.